I read a quote on the weekend that said, "Before you speak, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? And does it improve upon the silence?" The reality is what lies within you will die with you unless you share it, even if it is not kind. What I have to say has been bottled up for quite some time. Chances are it may upset some, but I struggle on a daily basis with the economic and financial news, and this is an area where the underlying issues need to be addressed. I have financial and personal issues with how the United Way conducts their annual campaign, and have for a number of years now. I love why the United Way was founded in 1887, and I love what they consider to be the focus today, but I contend that is not actually happening in communities around the country. I have spent a good part of the past 5 years studying charitable giving practices and charitable organizations in Canada. Potentially thousands of conversations later has revealed some fundamental truths that are not going to change or improve unless individuals stand up and drive change. There is an old Chinese proverb, "Give a man to fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime." From what I have learned, the United Way has become a specialist in giving away fish and keeping certain organizations small by limiting opportunity and creativity. United Way locally has launched their fall campaign, where last year represented over 88% of their total annual revenue. But what is a crying shame is during this campaign, the United Way has a blackout period. How is this mobilizing collective action when competition is controlled? The United Way executive director was front and center to kick off the campaign on the weekend, talking about the fact that additional money is needed to fill gaps caused by wide-ranging political and federal funding cuts to organizations. Really? Government can't keep continuing to throw money that doesn't exist at societal problems as a means of a band-aid. The whole point and purpose of a charity is to get to a stage of eventually not being needed. We should be fighting for the end of human suffering instead of existing for the purpose of existing. The government has been great over the years at writing checks for bricks, mortar, and new programs. But what those grants do not address is how to become sustainable after the money runs out. Instead of giving fish away, maybe it is time that collectively as a community we learn how to fish. Regardless of who or when, if you choose to support a charitable organization, there is great opportunity to plant a shade tree for future generations if you lead with your heart and focus on impact over glossy brochures and free recognition events.